Well, hello there, everybody. Nice to see you. It's just Dracula's daughter. Come to ruin your viewing as per. Let me sit back. Hope, cross my legs. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing okay. I'm doing quite well here. Just come back from work. So, Mollywood, some more stars are made and, do you know what I mean, and created and everything. And it's just wonderful. I'm really enjoying every single minute of it. Yes, and I need the reason why I'm doing this video because the kind of people that I do work with to help with different skills like sewing and painting and whatever, even some sugar crafting, not sugar but sugar paste crafting at one point. Last week or 2 weeks ago, which was lovely, which was enjoyable. The individual enjoyed themselves very, very much. Don't know if they ate it all in one go because they wanted to do that before they left the shop, bless them. But yeah, so and these people and children, both children and adults that I work with and alongside to help them with all this, they are vulnerable people. They really are vulnerable people. They have issues that make them very vulnerable. And this is where I am losing sleep over and petrified that somebody who has just as much of a educational need as these people that we're helping at the shop and assisting at the shop and having sessions with are being flummoxed and being have the wool pulled over their eyes into transitioning, because I can see it happening, because some of the people they really are vulnerable, and they take things that people say to them as the truth, regardless of what it is. And you have to explain to them sometimes that you are only joking, you're only having a laugh, you're only having a giggle, and they're fine. But they do take things to heart. And this is where I get petrified regarding transitioning of children and young people, vulnerable young people, because these are kind of people that would fall into that category, that would buy into it, as it were, thinking that it might make their life even better. No, it doesn't make their lives better. It doesn't take away the fact that they are, that they do need our help, that they do need specific educational needs, which is, and they are, every single one of them are unique, and they're wonderful people, and and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Humbled as well, actually, seeing people coming in, being very, very quiet and very shy, and then leaving an hour later with a big smile on their face, having achieved something, and that in itself is just worth. Well, you can't put a price on it, really. You really can't, and that's why I do it. But oh God, I've got bloody compost all over my shoes. Honestly, I have to wait for that to dry and brush off. Yes, so I can see where they would think it was okay to transition and everything like that. And this, I think, is where the predatory behaviour is happening, is towards adults and children who like the kinds that I help, that we help, the three of us, mainly in the shop, helping these people, and and the three of us. You wouldn't think, if you saw the three of us separately, you wouldn't even think that we would get on as well as we do, and feed off each other, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Bounce off each other with all the ideas and the things that we do and everything. And and we all three of us do it with a smile, and so, but Mandy, the owner of Mollywood, she's the one that single-handedly got this off the ground 7 years ago this time, 7 or 8 years ago, and believe me, that woman, honestly, if there was an award that I could grab now and give to her, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So she would have it straight away. And I've only been on board, Karen and I have only been on board in the last year, helping out, just part-time kind of thing. And, even doing it part-time, it amazes me how Mandy did all this for all those years on her own. And it's not just the shop. She has other businesses as well that she runs, and that she does bloody well, I'm telling you, bloody well indeed. And and it is a joy to be there. It really is a joy to be there. And everybody that walks in, because it's a haberdashery shop, and so we do crafts clubs and stuff like that there. And even there, even customers that come in to actually buy some ribbon or whatever like that, they just say how calming and how joyful and how happy the place feels every time they walk in, which is wonderful. And that in itself is wonderful as well. So and with the added bonus of everybody that comes in, they have a great time and they go away with a smile on their face, and we have made a difference, even if it's just for that hour. And it's just brilliant. But anyway, so going back to the children transitioning and stuff like that, I can see how vulnerable these youngsters are, and adults actually, that come to our craft clubs and everything. I can see how vulnerable they are, and their vulnerability is something that these predators are preying upon, and I think it's just disgusting. And the fact that so-called professionals are buying into it, which is beyond me. And and I'd still try to find not a positive side, but a side to this, with the reason why grown adult males who wear spinny dresses and think that they're fabulous and they're the real women, blah blah blah, more women than real women and all that crap. Why are they so adamant to getting children, especially vulnerable children and vulnerable young adults, to transition? And I still can't get my head around what somebody said a couple of years ago. This is why. And it's just, and a friend of mine, who's a psychologist, and she said, no, Tony, I think that is true. And it just blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. And I'm just, I'm still trying to find not an excuse per se, but another reasoning, like a more palatable reasoning, like or perhaps they are living vicariously through those children that they want to push into transition, because they didn't get diagnosed or with dysphoria when they were children and things like that, so, but thinking on it, if that was the case, they would have been doing this a long time ago, wouldn't they, pushing for children? But it's just so been the last 10 years, not even 10 years, the last decade this has been going on, and it's abhorrent. And the fact that, that's right, I'm holding my phone by my hand, with my hands, so that's why I'm just jiggling around. I'm not having a dance or anything like that, but the very fact that they think it's okay to put children on irreversible chemicals, that stops their puberty, and then when they're 16 or 18, right, I'm watching crows and everything flying around. They're just beautiful. They're just all around me. They're here. They're lovely. I suppose they're just being nosy. Oh, what's she doing out there? I haven't seen her for a while. You know what they're like. But anyway, so yeah, another one's going there now. But yeah, going back to child transition. Putting them on puberty blockers, and then when they're 16 or 18, then putting them on hormones that weren't meant for them in the first place, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So, and I know people will watch this and say, well, you're a fine one to talk to, and look at you, you've had surgery and everything like that, you're on hormones and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but I did it when I was an adult. I knew what I was getting myself in for. I went to therapy for years. I've been on therapy for decades beforehand anyway. And through this particular journey, I was doing therapy for 3 years before I had the surgery. And 11 years old now, 11 years ago, in February just gone, I had my surgery, and it is one of the best things I've ever done. Yeah, it's very, very high up on top there. But yeah, but I'm not being a hypocrite. I am facing facts that this is not for everyone. And it shouldn't be pushed that it's for everyone. We all have incongruence with our sex when we go through puberty. It's part of puberty. It's part of finding out who you are. Our sex and sexuality, that's when we find out our true selves. And having puberty blockers, we don't have that. It halts all that. It just basically, then you just go straight on to the, so whatever gender, for want of a better word, that you've chosen for yourself, or in the case of children, what others have chosen for yourself. And I have to say this 9 times out of 10, so that's 99.9%. I personally think that children that want to transition, I've met a few, they're not like that. It's basically to do with what's going on in their lives, i.e. their parents want them to transition, either because of religious reasons, i.e. Christianity and Muslims, and so they would rather have a transgender child than a gay child, and that is a lot that comes up. And they are, I was just about to shout Simba then, but he's gone blue. Zena, what you doing? Hello, Zee. Hello, Zena. Hello, baby girl. No, leave things alone now, you. All right, leave things alone. Hello, you. Yeah. Yeah. No, will you stop that? No. Right, get back in. Get back in. Get back in. Go on, in. Thank you. Yeah, I was just about to shout Simba then, bless him, because I remember when I had to do videos out on my patio. It was a beautiful day. I was to say, Simba, leave your sister alone. Simba, leave your brother alone. Simba, stop that. Stop this kind of thing. And of course now Simba's not here, is he? So now I've just got Zena running around, bless her. But yeah, so after I've done this, I'm just going to feed her, bless her. So she's been out. So, but yeah. So going back to the children, there's no such thing, I don't think, as a trans child. There are children that think they're different from other boys and girls, which is fine, which is understandable. They could be bisexual, they could be gay, they could be, do you know what I mean? So, but it's just one of those things that they need to find out themselves without any pressure from adults or even other children. It is a personal journey, whichever one they choose, whether, so they turn out to be gay or whatever, because, as you know, Tavistock and Portman, I think it was 48 out of 50 children grew out of dysphoria, and only 2 carried on to transition into adulthood. So, and that says a lot, doesn't it? I mean, that works out between 96% of children that go to clinics like Tavistock, they don't carry on transitioning. It's because it's the incongruence when they go through puberty. It's the fact that they feel different because of the changes in their body, and they think they've been told that there's this magic pill or magic injection that will take all that away, but it doesn't take it all away, because it's puberty is one of the most natural things one goes through, and it makes one the person they grow up into adulthood, and that's how it happens. It's yeah, it is. My puberty was pretty horrible myself, but do you know what I mean? But I'm glad I'm glad I'm not a youngster today with all the pressures and everything to do with transitioning and being transgendered and all that palaver. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why they kept saying transgender. You're not transgender, you're transsexual. Do you know what I mean? So if you go through the whole thing of transsexual, and the fact that they're saying that there's no need for therapy or anything like that, there is definite need for therapy. Even talking about those that have self-diagnosed themselves as being trans, inverted commas, the anger that they feel towards everybody else around them, and they have no outlet, so therefore going for therapy would give them that outlet, and I firmly believe that if they went to therapy they wouldn't be as angry and as upset and as hateful, full of hate as they are at the moment. It's all this crap about children transitioning. I just hate it. Always hated it. I think there's only one child I've met. Well, they were 14, so they were literally going through puberty when I met them. That wanted to transition, and they are happy now. That was 4 years ago. They're sort of 18 now, so I don't know if they've had surgery or not at the moment, but last time I heard, I spoke to the mum and saying, yeah, they're very happy with what's going on and how things are going. So, do you know what I mean? Things like that, yes, definitely. Do you know what I mean? So, but they are very, very rare. Dysphoria itself apparently is very rare, rarer than social media and media itself would like us to believe that that dysphoria is quite common. It's not. Big dysphoric is, believe you me, so people saying that they suffer from dysphoria. I mean, 9 times out of 10 they don't. It's just the fact that they just want to be different and everything. Having dysphoria is literally, it is life limiting. It takes over the whole world, like the whole of your life. It really does in the end. If you can't deal with it, if you don't have the right therapy, or in my case, therapy, hormones, and then surgery, so it's just, it is horrendous. And I can tell you this now. I'm saying this now, and out there in the ether, and I'm saying it right now, right here. Oh, let me uncross and cross my legs again. Right now, right here. Right. That there is no absolute cure for dysphoria. Even though I've had surgery and plenty of therapy, I still suffer from dysphoria. It's nowhere near as bad as it was, believe me. If you only knew how bad it was horrendous. Yeah, it really was. But no, I still have it. It's still there. But it's very manageable now because, so for me, surgery was the last resort. If it was just therapy, I don't think I'd be able to have dealt with it, because I would have had to travel to see a therapist, and it would only be just for once a month as well. So it wouldn't been any good. So, but this way, once a month with this, then hormones. Because when I started this, you weren't giving hormones straight away like you do today. In the space of the first appointment, I waited 7 months, 6-7 months from my first appointment, then seeing psychiatrist 3 times in that time, and then psychologist every 2 weeks in that 7 months, and then they decided, right, okay, we'll start you on the hormone patches, which didn't work. So it worked for the first couple of months, and then they stopped, and they didn't believe me. I've said this story before. Have a look at my other videos, my earlier videos. It's on there, in there. When they didn't believe me about them not working and stuff. and it took them another 6 months to sort it all out. So it's not fun. Believe me, it's not fun at all. Even now, it isn't much fun. I'm talking about hormone-wise now. It's just, yeah, so because I'm getting older now as well, so it's affecting me differently again, I suppose. I mean, so but yeah, so and it is very difficult to explain about it all, I think, because it's very personal, and it's inside of you, not. Do you know what I mean? So it's not showing on the outside. It's not as if you've got a broken bone and you've got plaster on, or if you've got a hip, broken a hip, you're there with crutches, or so if you've got a cut in your finger, deep cut in your finger, you've got a bandage on it and things, so dysphoria and the hormones and the effect that the hormones has on my body internally is not fun. It really isn't fun. But like I said, I'm glad that I've done it. But dysphoria is still there. It still pops its ugly head now and again. Sometimes I forget that I've had the surgery, and then it's just kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's just so strange. It really is weird. It's very strange. Even 11 years on, So I still think of me as he, him, which I am anyway. And biologically, and when somebody calls me she in front of me, so I just go, kind of thing, so it still surprises me, and so and I think it's because I'm so contented with what I've gone through to get this done. I'm contented now because of all the steps I went through, which were needed, official steps, i.e. therapy, then hormones, then surgery, kind of thing. So I'm just exhausted. I feel so tired today. I think it's just the weather as well, because it's so beautiful out here. We're in the middle of March, and I'm sat out on the patio. And of course, the last time I was out here, I was going, Simba, don't do this, let me know. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah. So, but anyway, going back to me, yes, me. But yeah, I'm rambling on now because that's what I do, isn't it? So, but yes, so the effects it does have on the body, taking hormones on the body, is the price I pay. So there are things that that'll have to be changed physically quite soon, I think. And one of them is to have to get myself a walking stick, because my legs are getting worse every month. Sometimes they're better than others, but because my fibromyalgia as well, that doesn't help. So yeah. But anyway, so enough about me. What do you think of me? But yes, so going back to this so-called child transition, no child should be put through all that, and I'm glad that the NHS are stopping giving puberty blockers to children. But I was told it's because stopping giving to children with precocious puberty, because they were given they'll put on them for a couple of months, won't they, and then go out from there, kind of thing. Not for a year or 18 months or a couple of years, that they do with children that say that they're trans, kind of thing. So, but yeah, so when I'm rambling on here again, but so I'm glad the NHS is going down the right path regarding puberty blockers, that they're not going to give them to children, which took them long enough to bloody turn around and say, right, enough's enough. But have they said that, though? I don't think they have. I really don't think they have. They are just dragging their heels. But, even dragging their heels and, having a glimmer of hope is better than no hope at all, I'm sure. And I think that, so, yes. So, and let's hope that this will stop the self-diagnoses of children, or parents diagnosing children with or being trans because a boy likes playing with dolls or a girl likes playing with guns and trucks and things. Just leave them to it. Do you know what I mean? So 9 times out of 10 they'll find themselves, their true selves. Just wait until they're 18. If they do want to transition, then they're adults, aren't they? So go for it. But yeah. So so going back to the beginning about vulnerable children and adults that I help to the 2 ladies out, crafting and stuff. Was the chairman of WPATH, WPATH, whatever you call it, turned around and said that if a non-verbal autistic person drew their gender and it was different from the gender they were, that could be taken as a spoken word that they were trans. This happened beginning of summer, wasn't it? Around about summertime. So now I'm just, and that still sits in my head, and I'm there going, for goodness sakes, leave children alone, especially vulnerable children. Bloody leave them alone. And I will carry on just saying this and doing this till the day, until my last breath, or until I can't speak no more. No, leave children alone. There's no such thing as a trans child. There are confused children. There are prepubescent or going through puberty, and they're getting, so they don't know what's going on, because it's like, puberty and everything like that. You know what I mean? So 1 minute you're a child, next minute you don't think you are, and up and down, screaming and whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's just really, really horrible. It is horrible. But to give them a chemical to stop the natural progress of growing up, I think is immoral. It's disgusting. It's Frankenstein's monster. It really is Frankenstein's monster. And that is what the so-called trans community has done. They have created a Frankenstein's monster. And there's no holding back now, is there? But I'm ever hopeful here, that no more children will be put on puberty blockers. And they'll wait until they're 18, because they're still going through puberty then anyway. So wait until they're 18 and go from there, because then they are classed as adults, aren't they, at that age? So, but anyway. Who am I to say, to tell people what to do when they're adults? Unless they're vulnerable adults that need assistance, that need help from other adults to look after them on a daily basis, then I will have something to say about it, because you know what I'm like. I can't keep this big mouth shut. I mean, so as Annie Lennox said, so I've been said so many times, why can't you keep your big mouth shut? That's in a song called Why, by the way. So it's been said so many times, why don't you keep your big mouth shut? Which I think is just brilliant. And I can't keep this big mouth shut, especially when it comes to children and vulnerable people. And I will fight for them for the rest of my days. But anyways, look, I've got to go, because so I've got a bit of coconut matting in there for me tea, so I don't want it to spoil. As it says, thank you, Victoria Wood. I do miss that woman, honestly. She was the queen. She was the Diane of comedy, wasn't she? Yeah, her and Julie Walters are just brilliant, and Patricia Routledge, of course. But anyway, so so no, I'm fine. I'm still trying to get over the loss of Simba, but I don't think I ever will get over the loss of him, because he was the last what's the word I'm looking for now? It was the last thing link to my past life before I fully transitioned. I'd already started transitioning when he first came to me. I started. I think it was just a few months into it, kind of thing. I think it was about 4 or 5 months into it. When Simba came into my life, and so he was there through all the journey and everything, and miss him like bloody mad, honestly. It's just unbelievable, it really is. It's been 5 months, it's gone, and it just feels like yesterday. It really does. And sort of from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, there's not a moment I don't think about it. And silly little things as well, going, turning around to the Xena saying, oh, your brother, what's he like, kind of thing, and of course he's not there anymore. And that makes me burst into tears as well. Things like, door handles for the bedroom door, for instance, that happened a couple of weeks ago. I had the door and I was checking the door, so fine, I need to paint it, I need to do this, and then whatever, and one of the screws that was coming out, and I'm thinking, I said, look, what your brother's done here, kind of thing, because he could open doors. He would just stand up and open doors, and all the time he hated closed doors. He really hated closed doors. And he'd try and open any door, and so I had to keep my front door locked all the time, just in case he opened it and ran out. So and I'm there again, and I said to Zena, I said, what's your brother like, kind of thing, do you know what I mean? So, and then that got me going again. And there's marks, but around the doorway, by the front door, where he's tried to open the front door, and he's got paw marks, he's scraped the paint off, so I need to repaint that. And I haven't got around to it yet, and I will do one day, so there'll be tears there as well. It's just, I feel as if I'm getting rid of him by doing things like that. Does that sound silly? I think it does. So, so you had a duvet at the foot of the bed, which between the foot of my bed and the window, and it's still there. I still haven't moved it. I moved his food bowl. His water bowl is still where it is. I use that with Xena. I use that with Xena, and for water. She's got water in the lounge and water in the hallway. So I'm trying to feed her away from the feeding station that they both shared. So I'm trying to feed her in the hallway, because the kitchen's too small to feed her in there. Feed her in there, not them. Feed her in there. So, so I'm going to try and feed in the hall, because the hall is quite long. There's a gap between the two console tables I've got, so I might put the feeding station there between them two, and so it will look nice there. But I find that very, very difficult. Moving things around and not having Simba running around going, panicking, what are you doing, why are you doing that for? It's the bedroom that runs back out, runs down the hall, runs back into the lounge going, why have you moved that chair, kind of thing, do you know what I mean? So, and now I can move anything and everything I want, and that was the first thing I said to people after he died, was the fact that I can move things around the house now without worrying about him panicking. And that was so callous on me, but that's how I dealt at that precise moment, and I still think that now, but I think it's being callous doing it, do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not doing it at the moment, but it will take me time. But I've got a few days off next month, so I'll do a few things. There's a few things I want to do. I need to catch up with my sewing. This is one of the dresses I made for myself. Yeah, it's very pink. It was an old sheet from a charity shop. Paid $2.99 for it, and it's got a nice applique at the bottom of it. So, which is lovely. Look. Can you see it? Can you see that? Can you see that there? Like I say, look. Yeah. All that on it. So it was a single bed sheet, and I thought it was a duvet cover, but it wasn't. It was a single bed sheet and a single pillow. So I paid $2.99 for it. So I still got the pillow. So I'm going to make myself a little bag to match, I think, maybe. So I might start doing, white feathers just landed down there, lovely. Maybe it's Simba saying, look, I'm still here. Because we don't have pigeons thing around here, we only have crows. So it should have been just a black feather, but no, a little white feather. So perhaps that's Simba going, I'm still here. So I mean, bless him. So, but anyway, so yes. So now I've bored you enough now and ruined your YouTube viewing as per. You know what to do. Press like, press subscribe, and share the heck out of it if you think people might enjoy or might want to listen to it. But so that'd be nice. And I am going to try and do more videos regarding myself and Xena, our little exploits, as well as my thoughts on all this palaver and or whatever you call it, or crap, I think the word is crap, about this trans, I hate that bloody word. I keep telling people, no, I'm not trans, I'm not transgender, I'm a transsexual. You can use whatever pronouns you want, because it doesn't bother me, and you can think whatever gender you want I am, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm quite comfortable in who and what I am. I know who and what I am, and I'm quite comfortable in it. So tough titty, basically, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So if you want to call me a dragon, call me a dragon. If you call me a witch, call me a witch. If you call me, just don't call me after midnight. Call me whatever you want, but don't call me after midnight. But anyway, love you lots. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. But you know, just try and share the heck out of my videos. It's just lovely, because I don't get paid for these anyway. And as you know, so I don't doctor them, and I don't do anything with them. I just do them and upload them, and that's it. So, but I might have to start doing something with them. Because I used to have a little, oh, you know, she's back, looking across the screen and everything like that. So I might start doing that again soon. I might start doing it on a Sunday or something like that. So, but anyway, speak to you soon, and I will endeavour to start making more videos and maybe just have a little bulletin points or something like that I want to talk about. So just to get a bit more structure. I don't know. I'm just wittering onto a bloody screen here, seeing myself on a screen is wittering onto a camera. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as if I'm talking to people right in front of me here right now, kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it should be nice. Maybe one day that will happen, that we just sit together, me and somebody else sitting together and having a chat or whatever, having a natter. It'd be lovely. But anyway, I'm wittering on now, so speak to you soon. Bye bye.